On today's episode, we're going to be working on the drums and the brakes for Rum and Colt Mobile Bar. On a previous day, I took apart the drums and backing plates, and I ordered some new backing plates to replace the old ones because they were corroded, as you'll see later on in the video. What's up, guys? So during these time-lapse portions, I'm going to try and lay over some voice recordings rather than have you listen to some music. As you can see in these clips, I'm just cleaning the backing plates and the drums and deciding whether or not I'm going to reuse the original backing plates. Currently I have two sets off, and looking at it, I was originally going to reuse the backing plates and just replace the pads, but this is pretty heavily corroded. The magnet's a little worn out, so I think I'm just going to end up replacing the backing plates, repacking the bearings, putting new seals, and painting the drum itself just to make it look a little bit nicer and last a little bit longer. In the future I might replace the drums as well, but I think these should serve what we're going to use it for just fine. So I've never actually ordered a set of these electric brakes before. It was pretty easy. I just took the center bore measurement, the bolt pattern for the back of the brake itself, and then I took the diameter of the drum and the depth of the drum. They were available pretty much everywhere. I just found the best price and had them shipped. We're not using this for anything heavy duty, so I just bought decent ones with decent reviews, nothing crazy. I'll just wipe them down now and dust them with some paint, and then we could get ready to assemble them once the seals come. I just ordered those today, so it should be a couple days. One of the best investments that I've made has been buying one of these 3M respirators. I wear it all the time when I'm doing any kind of work that has dust or paint or anything like that. It's totally worth it in the long run. A lot of guys don't wear one because they think, oh, it's just one or 2 minutes of doing something, but down the line your body will appreciate it. So I'm taking apart the driver's side here. I actually didn't show you the passenger side because the channel was started after I took it apart. This was one of the last items that I'm midway through with that you're going to see on here. Everything going forward is going to be as I'm doing it. It'll make it a little bit easier to edit and get everything in order and show you guys the full project. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt to get this stuff off. I just used the acetylene torch to heat up the bolts on the back, and after that it was pretty smooth sailing. So because this portion of the axle was behind the electric brake, I took advantage of having them off and I cleaned both sides and just dusted them with some paint. One of the things I got to get better at is putting my tools away before I start wire brushing something or grinding something, because everything gets full of dust and dirt and all kinds of crap, and then I end up having to clean it out, and it takes even more time. Where if I would have just spent a minute or two putting the stuff away, it would have been a lot of time saved. Pretty basic stuff right here. I'm just packing the bearings. There was a total of 8 of these, so a lot of the footage is very repetitive, so I only showed you one set. You can see when you push the grease up from the bottom, it comes out, it forces itself out the top through the rollers, and that's how you know you're getting every last inch of the bearing covered. Little trick that I found in the past was use the old seal to hit in the new one so you don't damage it in case you don't have a socket or something that's the right size to hit the outer edge of this. I don't have a real seal set, so this works well. Packing the front side's a little bit faster. Don't have to deal with the such a big bearing. It goes a little bit quicker because this is very repetitive work. So that wraps up packing up the bearings. Tomorrow when I get home from work, I'll put these things on to the next task. Anti-seize. I hate this stuff. Gets everywhere. So as you can see, guys, backing plates are all on both sides. Looking good. So of course, when we left off, it was a nice, beautiful 45-degree day, and now it's windy and cold. So this should be fun. I'm sorry. So for a lot of this, I was running back and forth, trying to get a fire starter with Gabby to warm up a little bit. You can see in a couple of these clips, my hands are actually shaking because it was so cold. I don't know if any of you guys have actually noticed, but anytime you use this blue painter's tape, if you leave it on for more than a day or so, it's like impossible to get off, especially if it's been warm and cold and warm and cold. It comes off in little strips like one of those stickers that you can never get off. So that concludes today's episode. Brakes are all done. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll get some interior work on the next episode.